We're back again with another tutorial. This one is on the fill tool. The default hotkey is number 6. I have a little bit of prep work done. Have a template, put out a wall, and I have a doorway. And I want to kind of block that doorway rather quickly, not too pretty, just something to kind of block it. And I need a way to do that without messing up the wall. The way to do that is simply use the fill tool. The fill tool will fill in any of the empty block spaces that are essentially we would consider air with a material, whatever you have selected. As you can see on my screen, I've selected a gold material. And just to clarify, I'm going to do the actual fill tool first, then I'm going to do the add tool with the same selection, and then I'm going to do the fill tool again, just so you can see the difference and what that actually means. Now, having my selection pre-laid out, just because I'm saving time, I'm going to select my fill tool with hotkey 6. I'm going to look at my features on the lower right-hand corner. We've got tweak mode. We've got all these other options that we're used to having if you want to go into those modes. So don't forget that they're also there for you to do things. And you can see with the selection as standard, it has gone from white to the color of the fill tool, the little bucket, which is like a yellowish orange color. It's not quite orange, but still orange. I'm not sure why. It should be its own color, but it looks more orange to me. Could be my own monitor settings. All right, so now that we've got that, I know we have enough materials. I click, and I've got a pretty gold shape that is now blocking that space, and it looks nice and clean. It belongs there. Very little artifacting, because again, these pieces are just filling the already created shapes, because even though we don't see it, even air has a block shape. It's just invisible to us. Now I'm going to undo that. So I have my selection still, and I'm going to switch to the add tool, do the same exact thing. And you can now see what happened with the add tool. I get a lot of blocky cuts over on the edges there because it has pulled all of the surrounding voxel or surrounding blocks. And sorry, the vernacular, I'm so used to saying voxel, which is now called blocks, that it pulls those and they fit the shape of whatever I use the add tool on. So while it's cool that there's like this seashell striping, it doesn't help that the rest of the edges look like garbage. So I'm going to undo that because I don't like it. It doesn't work. I got my gold back now, and you can see I've got that all reverted back to where it was, and we're going to go back to the fill tool, and we're going to see again with the fill tool how it retains the shape of that archway that was already there, because fill tool only fills the air voxels, or air blocks, sorry, that are there. It just fills it in. The data for the shape is already there, but there was no material data. Now there is. That's the advantage of the fill tool, because now you have a pretty archway with a solid gold block that you can eventually turn into some sort of, insignia on the front there to make it look like it's designed that way. And you're well on your way instead of having to do like the add tool and go back and refix the whole thing. And it's a nifty way to save yourself some work. It's very useful. You'll be using that a lot, especially on things that are more complex shapes. That's pretty much it with the fill tool. I mean, it's pretty simple, pretty easy, and does exactly what it says on the tin. It fills shapes, which is what you want it to do. All right, and we'll be back later with another tutorial for the playlist that will be on the heal tool. In the meantime, continue building, have fun in Landmark, and I hope to see all the creations you've created by now by checking out all these simple tutorials.